If you guys don't have new trucks and a nice brand new iPad for your guys and be able to have recruiters and a nice training center and be able to buy lunch for your own employees, then you're not effing charging enough. I'm sorry. Look, you can't have same day service. You can't be all three. You can't be the best timing, and the cheapest. It's impossible. In fact, I'm by far not the most expensive. I promise you that. Trust me. HVAC guys are getting in the industry and charging $2,200 for an opener. I'm not even bullshitting. I got invoices. So that's where we're at. I think everybody needs to make sure they charge accordingly for their own business. What do your marketing meetings look like? So marketing, we have a bunch of KPIs. We look at supply and demand. We look at capacity. Are we getting the right amount of jobs for the technicians? And then I look at this. I need to know who's in the hopper. I need to know who's on a PIP. I need to know who's not going to be here in a month, because after the third performance improvement plan, we might feel it's better to go separate ways or make you another position in the company. So I've got to understand there's a perfect balance. And that's what we're always thinking about is, how many guys do we need here? Do we have top? When do we do? I've got 3 levels of marketing. One is just basically reputation. 2 is mailers and other things like Google. And the third one is billboards, TV, radio. You can't afford to do those things if you don't have high conversion rate and good average tickets. You just can't. So the 3 levels. So we talk about when we're going to hit that third tier. We're going to be doing that in Tucson, Milwaukee, Detroit, and Vegas here in the next 6 months. Tommy, what you're doing is effing awesome. Thank you. I'm a visionary. How do I find a great integrator? There's a great book that talks about this called Rocket Fuel. And in the back of Rocket Fuel, they tell you how to find an integrator. But the best way to find an integrator is to find somebody that's already doing something similar, maybe a similar business. And you go there and you steal them. You give them something better. You say, why people get behind me is because they see that I'm hungry. They see I have passion. They want to be somewhere where they can grow and where they can deal with the owner. I met a brand new guy here. His name's Daniel this morning. He's on my marketing team. And he said, Tommy, he goes, one of your employees came out and he talked so highly of the company that I knew I wanted to work here. He goes, quite honestly, I feel like I'm home because this is only my 3rd day. I said, listen, man, you take my cell phone. You call me anytime. You come up with any ideas, come into my office. Book it with Bree. I just don't want him to walk in. But I said, listen, I'm available via text. And then I saw him see the technician and they ran up and gave each other hugs. And that's the kind of place we have here. It's the energy, it's the passion, it's everything. And I think it's really, really important. I'd rather make a little bit less money, but have a place that people would really appreciate coming into, that they feel welcomed. They feel like the owner's still part of the business, because I would rather not own this business if I wasn't going to be part of it. Honestly, at that point, if you don't have the passion, there's a great book called Built to Last. And I would definitely leave the next leader. I'm not saying I wouldn't be a part owner of it, but I'm having too much fun being part of it. Let's see here. What days of the week do you meet? How long are the meetings? What are the goals and the metrics you look at? I look at... we meet once a week on marketing. There's a couple other meetings that go into recruiting and stuff like that. One of the biggest things I try to figure out is, what is our cost per acquisition? And the more affordable it is, the more I want to grow that market. As long as, I look at percentage of revenue we're spending in that market too, because I'm spending less than 10% and it's a low cost per acquisition, then I want to figure out a way to get a lot more calls. There's always what's called a lull of diminishing returns. So I think after you considered you own the market at 15 to 20%. It's hard to get above that. And no matter how much more money you spend, it's not going to give you a big ROI. So you got to make sure when you start to plateau, like I can't have 400 technicians in Phoenix. I think I can get to 150 probably, because we're damn good at what we do. We've got amazing employees that get people to come work for us because they're in their garage. Talk about an amazing employee. Great employees equal great customers. See, I always got it wrong. I always thought, how do I get customers? Now I say, how do I recruit internal customers? How do I become better on Glassdoor and Indeed? How do I make it the best place ever to work? And I got to tell you, I'm light years away from where I want to be. It's not perfect right now. I got a lot of work to do, but I genuinely, truly, honestly, whatever you want to call it, I really want people to change their lives. I want them to have a better relationship with their kids. I want them to go on vacations that matter. Those are the things I want here. I don't, we're allowed to make money at the same time. So some people think you can't have both. The business has got to make money because I got a fiduciary responsibility that this company doesn't go under to every employee here.